2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, You Will Make It TV followers, viewers, supporters, and listeners across the globe. Thank you for tuning in to another live segment right here with the You Will Make It TV YouTube channel, where we share inspirational quotes, divine messages, and insightful topics weekly. Please feel free, you're welcome and invited to tune in to previously recorded segments just like these. Anytime. Come on and join the You Will Make It TV family. We hope you guys are having a beautiful weekend out there. And from my neck of the woods, we still consider Sunday as a part of the weekend. Shout out to all the students and faculty and staff and administrators who help to make our school seasons, our new school seasons, come to fruition. Without them, they do a lot of hard work before school even gets started. So just shout out to them. We hope they got plenty of rest. Y'all got plenty of rest out there. You're gonna be back in action with the families tomorrow and or into the rest of the week. And some schools, they're just now starting back this week. So anyway, shout out to all the aspiring educators of the world and students. We are here today with another insightful topic. I would say an inspiring topic as well, just getting people to think more about, right? If it did come to me giving my reaction or my commentary or opinion, my viewpoint, that's all these are when we come and do these kind of streams, guys. Here at You Will Make It TV. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We're here to talk about this new trending T app. We've talked other topics pertaining and surrounding to social media and different social media apps and stuff already. And it's not to like shed bad light on these apps. We know everybody loves social media. But definitely when it comes to people's lifestyles and well-beings, it's just a real topic today when it comes to social media. There's a story out of somewhere where a guy was live and somebody just rolled up on him or something. That's crazy. Like all these back-to-back stories of people interacting with social media and then shortly after some weird freak tragedy, right? Now with the T app though, it's more updated news. Every time we turn around, we hear more about this T app though. But me, it's just another news story I saw, kind of like a report. It was saying that in one town, though, the statistics already show since this app came out, it's been a plethora of divorces. And I believe it too. When I read that report, even if I'm not all that well familiar with the app or like use it, because I can't say I'm giving my review just from what I've heard so far. How about that? That's fair to say. And it don't sound good. It don't sound good. I said all the social medias out here that already exist, you know what I'm saying, where people already sharing each other business and all this stupid stuff. Because if it's called the T app, that's what they call T. It's a synonym for that today. Like you're talking about the gossip, the latest update. That's what and it started with that Kermit the Frog meme. And I remember they had the Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy's husband. They had him on a meme at first when social media was, in my opinion, it was cool. Like memes were just fun. We used them for comical purposes, right? Like I just feel like people done turned that into what, bro? Like, so we're finna talk about it. But yeah, and it would always have Kermit the Frog sipping a cup of tea. Everybody just thought it was funny. If you share that meme, it just was supposed to mean maybe you see some tea or you got some tea. Or we would just share the meme because it was funny. But here it is years later. We got, I said, we got enough social medias for that. I know it's some better ideas of what really apps, when they think of these things, what was the T app supposed to be, y'all? But I know it's not a dating app. It's like you can't trust those no more either. They used to have the dating chat lines. I actually used to watch Eliminate. I used to like that show. I don't know why. I don't know why I used to like that show. They had one called Blind Date. Everybody know about the show Cheaters though, but they had this show called Blind Date, and what was it called? The Third Wheel. One of them. I used to like that one too, but I'm gonna have to go find some old reruns because that's kind of what this app is supposed to be like. You know what I mean? Like people can come and you supposed to put something out there and they supposed to respond with the tea or whatever receipts they supposed to have as the tea about people's. It just seemed weird. What about people's lives, relationships? That's really what it is. They relationships. That's what I heard. The tea app is about. That's crazy. Um, they say it's been a plethora of divorces though since there's been an uptick in apps like these. Ah, so I just want to give my reaction and commentary. Just being a millennial, like a part of this generation as social media culture continues to advance. I mean, it's still popular. Everybody's on it. Everybody's on it. Look at it. Everybody's out here on social media. But back it's still too many real actual stories though of people abusing it in a way where you sabotage somebody else's whole life. And then when they go back and look at it, it didn't have nothing account profile user. That's why I said me personally, where I'm at in my life, even knowing about the T app or that I have the right to use it if I want to or go make a account, it just doesn't seem to be something from what I'm hearing about it. Like, even if you just want to be the type of person, right, to maybe check it out just to see what it's like, and you're an adult, why not? I said, no, they don't sound like an app that, like, I just wouldn't get a kick out of it. Like, a whole community or a group sharing what receipts, documents, and screenshots and videos exposing people relationships, bro. Like, what has social media, what has it become or what is it becoming? And these are whole adults first, bro. Then they want to talk about how the youth act on social media, bro. We're just looking at the adults first. How they life gets so serious to them. Oh, social media gotta know about it. But I'm able to kind of try to weed through when it comes to me functioning in society, like with internet culture being real. I have to be able to see like those ones, like, okay, is that one of those ones? They look like one of those ones, and it ain't even being offensive, like, but people wonder why you keep your distance. Cause people stay ready to have something to put on the internet. It's the next big, I guess, money grab, huh? It's the next big hustle. But what is it? Profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul. A temporary moment of fame, which some people say the internet is not temporary at all. Actually, everything you leave on it is a stain. These are facts. Users, social media account users must know this. They must know what they are getting into. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I just heard that, yeah, like more relationships, households get broken up at the end of the day since the existence of, let's not even call out certain social media apps. It's like it shouldn't be happening at all, really. Like, what are y'all? I mean, people love social media, but things only last so long. Because, like I said, you got the real world and the real streets we encounter every day, neighborhoods and communities, and then you have the internet ones, right? And if you're not balanced to where you can actually keep up with that and say, no, this is real life right here, and this right here is the internet world, and it is called the World Wide Web. That's a whole different area of community every time you call yourself associating with it a little bit. Everybody don't check their accounts every day. That part too. And now they suddenly trying to normalize, well, if a person ain't on their account every day, we know what's going on in their life. That actually used to be very normal. Just to remind people in society real quick. Yeah, and you have no problem telling people that, let's say they ask for your IG. They ask for your IG account, and you might give them your IG handle, but you might say, I don't even be on there like that. And facts would show that, like the usage amount. Most people, they can go look up on any social media platform they interact with. If they check into, might be able to look it up and see that you can actually account for how much you use any particular. I'm not saying the time per se, but maybe how many days or your last login date. I promise every social media have that as proof of how much a person interacts with social media. How much they own there, and it's gonna say what time they got off of it. Period. So it don't matter what we all try to look like at the end of the day, right? That part of people's lives, how much they interact with social media, people can't run from that. That's probably why they try to like use other aliases or account names, because that's a fact. Even with a fake account, there is a log somewhere how much you logged in and logged out and when you did. But people don't want to hear this, but they want to jump their asses on social media. Literally, bro. Like, oh, it's just another free world. I'm more an avatar over here. I can do whatever I want. Like social media is GTA or something, bro. Social media ain't never been like gaming. There are certain ones, what is that, reserved for gaming and gamers, but it's just not a place that people that have turned it into. That's what I'm saying. What if people think we're saying stuff in the existence of the social media world? Really, what would happen if it all got banned? It all just shut down, right? So we're not talking about an app that people say they use for like other ones you can keep in contact or like have different business contacts and stuff. Maybe like IG or Twitter, LinkedIn. It ain't even for that. It's called the T app. Like it's just for straight gossiping. It's been groups out like that though. This is just a trending topic because it's a new app. It's a brand new app. So anything that come out new, it be trending for a second. Like because it's like people like to look for the response of new things. It's a new venture, a new situation. So people have reactions to it. Um, Me, I don't even care to know. Like me personally, as an individual, if I get brought up on it or been brought up on it, that's what make it stupid. If people can talk about you in the streets in the real world, why wouldn't they do it on social media? I don't know. But see, they just forgot with social media culture. Some of us remember that, bro. It was like absolutely normal to you not on there every single day. It wasn't until people was actually addicted like that to social media. Like I gotta log in every day, every second. I gotta check my account. I gotta check my notifications. I gotta check my inbox, right? People actually didn't used to be that glued to it, or did we slowly watch it happen over time? Because even if we slowly watch that happen over time, like people just checking their social media every chance they can, uh, even if we watch that happen, what did they start doing with? Like, did it change the behaviors in people for real? It make you wonder. Some people, every single hour, they gotta check it on the hour, every hour. It ain't even for business purposes. They just check their social media account like that. But like I said, it's gonna show every last activity login. I promise it do. But I was just like, when was that people business? Like how much you actually interact with social media? Maybe some they do need to be watched like that. Like, damn, why are you on there so much? Um, when I say like for work or business though, that would make sense for somebody with a job like that. You know what I mean? If their job is actually marketing or something on social media. But other than that, no, people just on the regular check it. And they feel like, how can you tell them what to do with it? They paid their phone bill, they paid the Wi-Fi, they paid the data. How you gonna tell them what they can use while they on the phone? As long as they on their best behavior type shit. That's how people feel. Like you want to control the apps they got, everything they use and what they do as they pay the bill. That's real crazy. Just having people look at themselves a little bit. Like when it comes to these social media streets, bro. And it's like you knew what you saw as a collective uh over the years with social media culture. I can't say what I knew, but what I feel like I was seeing, like how it was slowly changing people. People might say, no, it's just new to you. It's been going on. Oh, okay. Well, yep. People should have been more aware of that. Nobody could prepare for something like a hacker or a scammer, and like, because now we're talking about like how things end up leaked or what happens when it happens and stuff like that. Y'all breaking up whole families and homes. That's what I heard about on that T app. It's never been cool. I'm like, what is this new age doing? But it's never been cool to sit up there and exploit somebody's business to a whole stranger. It's never been fucking cool. But they think that's cool on the internet. But it's never been cool to, like, if you wouldn't do it in person, like, oh, you're a stranger. I'm not just finna tell you something about a person or show you a receipt about a person. Uh, why would you bring that to the internet streets, like to try to normalize it type of deal? Like, oh, it's called the T app. This is what we do over here. See, people be creative, but why for negative things? Things that paint people in a negative light. The same energy a person used to create an app like that, they could have made an app that was like helping people. That's all I'm trying to say. Maybe it could have been an app where people put request in if they need help for something in the community. Like, which those apps do exist. Don't get it twisted, but we should see more of that popping up. If you're gonna get creative with whole things people can do, features they can access on social media. Here, come on, boom. Let's plug it up over here so it's on the charger. Come on. People get really emotional and touchy, bro, about these social media topics, but I'm called to do what I do, because that's still like burying the fact that, yeah, some of these platforms have people interaction with them, even if it was a little interaction. They have some kind of story by now of how social media either did or almost did some type of sabotage to their life. Even if it's losing access to an account. Don't y'all know that some people had to make a new account because they lost access to an account? Not like it's banned or nothing. You losing access to an account. Let's just talk about the facts. Here, I'll get it. Here. There you go. Yeah, let's talk about the facts. You losing access to an account because you lose your phone or you forget the password or the email or you don't have access to the email, that's not your account being sabotaged. That's you. It's still a form of sabotage, I guess, self-sabotage. Like, but if you lose access to your own account for any reason, other things people should think about with these social media accounts, then that's the way you just lost access to, you know what I'm saying, personal information, business and stuff you might have had on social media. The next topic I was going to cover, well, when it comes to this topic, doing it more in an inspiring way. Y'all don't think that's crazy for an app to come out where people can just post screenshots, receipts, videos, photos, just talking about the facts a little bit more. It don't matter if it's the T app or another app. Or the fact that people like, that's another one, WhatsApp, like, I don't know why they created that one. I don't even think it had a good run before people was doing the wrong thing with that app. Just scammers all everywhere with WhatsApp's numbers. Like, who's creating this stuff? Or is that what it's going to take? Like, more social media platform companies actually taking more accountability is still a very controversial topic. And it's going to be controversial for a while because social media is brand spanking new to the world. Like, it haven't been here forever. So, yeah, there were reports and studies done before about how it could negatively mentally affect people who use it too much, right? That's crazy. If we look at the specifics, there's probably reasons why. They said people was already getting less sleep and crazy stuff just since social media came out. That's really crazy to think about. Can I put it on for you? There you go. Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, it said people's mental health, more people had depression. Oh yeah, that was another thing people was going through, like more self-image crisis type effects, especially on the youth. Because on platforms like that, right, you see all kind of variety of diversity of other people, and it might make you easily be influenced to compare yourself to other people at any given time. You could just be seeing the background of their life. That's all people be looking at, the background. Ain't they interested with footage, videos, photos? They don't really look at what's face value. They're looking deeper, like what's in the background. Every time. That's just social media for you. A lot of times the background confirms the truth or not about things to people, which, like I said, social media is just weird now because people used to just be on there having fun. Now everybody's in everybody's particulars. Like, I want to see your background. What's that noise I heard in the back? It's weird. And you could be sitting in your car doing a video out in public. Video feature whole comes with every device and phone. What is it called? It's called the camera. Every phone has a camera today. Every single device. Every phone got a camera, y'all. So what I'm saying is, how do you avoid becoming the victim, just like of somebody else's use of their camera at any given time, right? You're not even paying attention. You in public. A person just snapped a picture of you and then put a narrative with it and then go post it on some app that you ain't never even heard of, right? But by the time you find out about the app, you find out it already got 50K users. It got that many accounts. Are you frustrated? What's going on, Pooh? I'm saying, like, how scarily and easily anybody can fall victim to something like that. Me, I don't have time to go out and take pictures of strangers so I can have some cute narrative to go put on somebody that I don't even know. Like, wow, bro, look what social media is turning people into. They're monsters, bro. My daughter happened to make the monster sound. They're monsters, bro. That and you're not saying it for negative reasons. You're actually trying to get people to look at how thin of a line it is. Like, social media is a whole nother world. What may be prohibited there might not be prohibited in real life. And what might be prohibited in real life might not be prohibited on the internet. People notice. They stay looking for ways to be creative on the internet, bro, but you still ain't seen more positive causes. Probably because every time somebody try to start one up, some positive app, which I know is positive apps out there, like apps that help with health and wellness, apps that help with mental health wellness, emergency apps, apps that help people with banking. We know that those healthy apps do exist. So shout out to those from You Will Make It TV. We're just saying you want to see more of those, a trend of those happening just as much as you have apps like these coming out, like totally directed at, I guess, targeting people, like just exposing people. They call it exposing. Somebody already living their life openly, though. How are you ever exposing them, bro? So social media has become something else. It really has. Whether people look at it when you do or not. Interesting. I did a quote earlier though too for anybody that might need an inspiring quote to finish off their night and go into a peaceful sleep tonight. What was the quote I said? Oh yeah, this quote. It says when you're focused, the devil's number one tool is distraction. And it's already just been proven over and over that social media is a great distraction to people. You can't put a certain people in a category and say, yeah, they're more social media abusers because there's like all kind of people that are social media abusers, right? You can't put like a certain people alone in a category with that one in those streets, not the social media streets. They said it's been breaking up couples. I encourage couples today, bro, just like everybody else. Uh, and then who's that stupid to just think that couples gonna show all their business on social media, bro? Like everybody's not like that. Let's get something corrected. A celebrity might show their goddamn relationship publicly, but even they see sometimes. I bet they regret it. They should have just kept that person in secret somewhere. But y'all be like, oh, you don't love a person if you keep them in secret. That does not apply to modern day time. Modern day time, I would say that actually is appropriate. Not secret in a way where, of course, it's harming to the other person. That's not what we're talking about. We don't mean secret to where you just trying to erase their existence type of deal. No, no, no. We mean like keeping people out of your business type of deal. Like, so people be trying to be like the celebrities and post their relationships. That's the problem. Where would people get the tea they say they have if you're not doing that to begin with? Most of the, I ain't gonna be funny, like most men, y'all gotta forgive people too. But I'll get on that in a second because all this show too, what's been going on with social media culture, is that a lot of people have not forgiven where they claim they have. For to forgive somebody, it gotta be an offense to begin with. Nobody ever had to forgive somebody who didn't do anything to them. Does that make sense? Or do you just have a bunch of funny, childish people who like to? That's how they feel like they knocking people out the game now. Like, oh, this what receipt I got on this person or that person. Okay, so most people have shown, I guess, in their younger days, they wasn't more focused. Like, don't you know a message you sent back in 2015? Somebody might still got it. A video from 1925. Like, literally, bro, it's called history. It's just crazy that I don't have that mindset. Like, if it's not a memory of somebody like really close to me, I don't know. I wouldn't say that memories aren't worth keeping, but you don't want to spend your whole life trying to hold on to with every pinky toe, every memory you can, like that, like physical, tangible memories, like messages. Like, how many people is doing this? They got old photos, old screenshots, old videos, old messages. Keyword old, keyword old, like that, right? Then they, well, I don't know why that person's different. Their behavior's not the same on social media. Of course not. Of course not. It's like, hey, I'm still out here or something, but you can't look for the same behavioral patterns with some people. So it leaves no choice but for others to do what they do on social media. You already made that up in your mind. You already showed that with actual action that, you know what I'm saying, you don't behave a certain way on social media. Because why? I always did. I don't care how bad a person tried to make my life look. I always interacted with social media. Sometimes my interactions were so real, people couldn't even tell what I'm going through behind the scenes. That's what's powerful. That's what's powerful, and that's what other people should think about. What was your life before social media? They don't want me to get people to thinking about that because we were all different people. Or when social media first, you know what I'm saying? I know people know what I'm talking about. People were not doing it on social media when it was first out here, right? You just had fresh meat. Everybody has a new profile. Like, we were all just hanging out there, like, for real, like fresh meat, just hanging. And then the longer you keep an account, because there's some people out there, they've been having the same account for years. I respect people like that. They've had the same account, the same email, stuff like that for years. I've had runs with certain phone numbers, emails, and stuff like that, but like just the reality of society today, yeah. Long as a business is keeping you updated with the most updated email, what is the problem? Like, how is that person a scam? It's very much so reality that you might have to go through. You might, even for your safety of your business, you might need to create a new email account every year, every 6 months, if you need to. Because if you just give up, then it's why did you give up? Why didn't you try this? Why didn't you try that? Right? So yeah, social media is a whole choice for people when they first came out. So it just seemed like you got a lot of like unforgiving people out there and unfaithful people. That's the thing too, because that's social media is what exposed it. Really, why they talking about all these couples breaking up over the T app lately? Okay, you can't really blame it on the app if what they bring to the app is actual facts. Now it would just be a matter of do these facts or do some of this stuff. Number one, if people can just go create a receipt, how do you know what? I guess, well, as long as we know that people create receipts, that's number one. Number two, it's like you wouldn't be doing nothing but testing a whole bunch of people relationships, bro. I swear, people are trying to do some new powerful thing where what they do, their whiplash is just supposed to drag you out of a place. It's crazy because you posted a receipt or you aired something out. You know what I mean? And yeah, the internet age is the age of truth because videos, pictures, and comments and messages don't lie. You just got a bunch of people still mad about it. In recent news, they said the Maxwell lady claimed there was never a list. And for years, that's why I didn't even speak about that actually. Like, what's my opinion about that? Does it matter? I said, well, you had a bunch of people that was just, oh, show the list, show the list, show the list. And then out of nowhere, oh, yeah, there was never a list. That ain't even worth speaking on. It's like, look at it. How quick people jump on the bandwagon to say something. Not saying that that's true. I don't know. I don't know if one existed or not. But I know I saw a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon to say, no, release the list, blah, blah, blah. Like, how y'all even know it's a list? That's a prime example of that. And some in the comments were saying, well, they spoke on the list. They spoke on the list being on the desk somewhere. Like, that's what they're saying now. Like, how you know it wasn't a client list or an email list or some other type of list? You just assumed that it was a particular type of list. So, but that's real news lately. Today is August 24th, 2025, and that's actually real news. That's been announced. Like, yeah, there was no list. That's what they said. But the past years, you've been hearing everybody scream about a list. Like, either people don't know what they be talking about, or and there was no list like they said, or what. So it just shows you something about life. Like, that's why you don't be so quick to speak on everything. First of all, they was like, yeah, we feel like they're trying to hide something, and we feel like they're trying to hide a list. Or maybe some kind of, because certain things about that case they had released to the public already. So who knows? Just another conspiracy. Not to say that's the end of it, but I'm just saying, look how suddenly conspiracies are made. Because for years, people were saying they want to see some list, or it needs to be exposed. Here, get that off the wall. Here, Morgan, make sure that's on. I don't know, but like I said, we don't just have a reserved, like, maybe they do. I was gonna say like a reserve force for just straight up internet madness. And all it leave people to do, I guess you're just gonna be having a bunch of people back and forth suing for negligence with their personal information, with their personal business, right? Because when in the era of LGBTQ freedom and rights and equality, what makes that cool to, like, oh, I'm finna go expose somebody, man, about being gay. I'm just speaking my feelings about it, like, as a human being. I do find it important, right? But it's still like how you do something. Everybody call themselves, well, I'm gonna say it on social media. Then they be mad because people can go back and pull up what you said. I guess that's what we're talking about. Like I said, most people have shown that they don't care. I guess they have already proven their unfaithful unloyalty right on places like social media. Like, you already done cheated on your woman. You've been messaging other women, or the woman been doing it to her man, type of deal. If you give people easier access to something, what will they do? Here, come on. Morgan, scoot over just a bit. Thank you, sweetheart. Hi. Let me get my coffee. Mm-hmm. These are just my commentary and opinions, though. In the era of LGBTQ freedom, though, why would people call themselves exposing somebody who has a gay partner? I don't know. Why on places like T App too? Like, bro, you do know they have. That's where they already messed up. It's crazy. Like, you do know that person has a right to be gay. Probably not a right to cheat on their spouse and stuff like that, or their partner, or not tell their partner, but they do have a right to be who and what they are. In this country, they already done said that about the LGBTQ communities. Like, do people not understand that when certain bills passed on their behalves, people that are LGBTQ, those are real laws that went into effect, like, to protect them in certain states. But people call themselves making a T app, and oh, we're just gonna exploit them because exploiting anybody is dangerous, right? But you say, oh, we're just gonna go and exploit this person because they're trans, they're heterosexual, they're lesbian, right? And we want to go expose their quote unquote secret life to places like the T app or social media, even if they were living it here, boo boo. Even if they were living it as a quote unquote secret life, here, baby. Hmm. They had a right to live that life. Do people feel where I'm coming from? Once laws whole went into effect to say that they can do what they want to do in that way with their sexuality, how is it ever somebody else's profile business to go expose what somebody do in their secret life? If they have a right to do what they were doing in their secret life, you're out of line. You thought because you bring it to the internet, it's okay though. But that's actually even worse because now you're exploiting that person's secret life and they actually had a right to be in the LGBTQ community, right? And it shows you how people are just digging in areas they feel like you're particularly ashamed in. It's weird. Like, oh, this person don't want nobody to know. Them the main things that people want to know. So y'all be careful out here. They're like, screw the business that you actually show yourself on your own profiles or accounts. We want to know other business. we because that's just true. Everybody got secrets though, right? We're here to talk about it here at You Will Make It TV tonight. Everybody got secrets. We didn't say whether they're good or bad ones, but a secret and privacy is two different things. Privacy is the act of secrecy. A secret is an actual secret. Something that's private to only one person. That's what I'm gonna say a secret is. That's a better definition. Privacy is the act of secrecy. Just like that. And it's crazy. Social media is showing us more and more every day. People do not know the difference between a secret and privacy. But they know what a secret is. They know what that is. Because like I said, in my opinion, we all got them. We all got a secret or two. That's crazy. That's something only you know. You don't even share that with everybody. And why do so many people have that same experience, the experience of a secret? I should write a poem called that. I gotta clean them. Are you gonna sweep for me? That's sweet. Go ahead and sweep the floor. Go ahead. Thank you. My baby trying to do chores. And I don't like that. I don't like how okay, so people took that as a invitation. If you're on social media, just yeah, what privacy? So yeah, like I've been stating on other streams, my open opinions. I'm Arthur Tedasheri, by the way, for those that don't know. I do enjoy to write and write public publications. Uh, what was I saying? Personal, public, self publications. That's what I meant to say. So I'm always like studying and researching, not just what's trending, but sometimes like I'm just interested in things maybe before my time. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But Arthur, we've already established it's more than a title. We'll host another segment about that, like maybe Arthur Appreciation Day or something like that, right here at You Will Make It TV, because people really don't understand. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother category of industry, if you will. Shout out to this one publishing company though. And what's crazy, y'all, I can't even fully shout it out because like I don't remember the name to it, but it was definitely a black owned you know what I'm saying, publications company that, when it comes to books, and that if I can remember the name of it, I will find it. You so I can unlock it. Get it, bring it over here. Yeah, they didn't want me to talk about that. It is what it is. Like I said, authorship is more than a title. Why do you think a person is called that? Even if they address themselves as that, like, writings that they've already completed, even if they haven't published it yet. They're called that for a reason. Just like a musician is a musician, whether he got an instrument in his hand or not at any given time. Come here, baby. Here. For you. Here, sit here. Give me that teddy bear there. I'm still here, guys. Thank you for your patience. Oh yeah, we were just talking about like titles and stuff because it does matter, I guess, in what's a title when it's your profession or a choice of career, right? And how it matters when how we interact or I guess what we share about ourselves on social media platforms. But you name a career where a person couldn't actually come out and you know what I'm saying, like publicly recognize themselves as such. There are certain ones that they probably have personal profiles, like certain careers, and then they have profiles for their work. If it really means a lot to you, which I did have a Arthur channel or Arthur page at one point, and I do plan to relaunch very, very, very soon. So you guys stay tuned and make sure you hit that subscribe bell so you are receiving updates and notifications on all You Will Make It TV advancements right here on our channel. Those titles, they matter because see, social media is also like a network. It's a broad network where people that do share the same career industry interests can network. That's what I mean. Like you might see a person on social media, oh, you're a drummer, I'm a drummer. Okay, let's get together and drum. So social media can be positive. Social media can be very, very positive. Um, But then now you got to watch for like catfish channels and catfish pages and people that sent to you just to see what you got going. It's actually a word for that. It's like a business toward those that are more specialized in business law. They're probably more aware of what I'm talking about. But I did take business law 1 and 2. I enjoyed both classes while I was in attendance. That doesn't mean you know more than others, but that's the beautification of education. Like something called business torts are very real. Like boundaries you can cross with business owners as well. Like, but people that have never studied business law wouldn't know that. So you're not actually just targeting a person or a profile or a channel when you do that to some people, like on places like the T app. And no, I'm not even talking about me. It's just an app I heard. I'm giving a review on. Uh, you might be attacking a business. That's where you got to be careful. It's like people only look at the world of criminal law or uh, just it's weird or medical malpractice or something like that. Like it's all different forms of level of laws and rights that protect people in different communities. That's what brought me to talk about this topic. But do we have that yet for social media? So you see they don't have it for social media yet, like just straight up laws and regulations that surround it. Communities might have guidelines and rules. That's a start. But actual like rights and stuff, you have to know your rights. I do agree with that. But you know the rights that you do have. Now then, if you have a business that is to be protected under you automatically have, even if you don't have business insurance, you do have rights as a business owner or as an employee or as a co-worker while you attend a business. That's just what it is. Even your customers and consumers have rights. But everybody wants to jump in business. It's gonna prove why that's not even for everybody, and you're not being negative when you say it. It's just not for everybody, bro. People are literally showing you they don't understand business law. They don't even think it exists, as a matter of fact. Literally, like you being a reseller, that means purchasing something and just reselling it. You might need, like, business law might teach you need a reseller's permit depending on what state you live in. But pretty much anything you purchase, for example, I'm just giving an example, anything you purchase with your money and you have the receipt for, it is now yours. Yes, you bought it from such and such company, or you bought it from back to what I was saying about the reseller's license. To give an example, or a reseller's permit, that is somebody who has received a permit or the green light to actually resell products. Now, as long as the vendor is, some vendors are aware, some don't, but most vendors know what people do. That's why they would maybe sell their products in bulk or their services in bulk, like in a way where this new customer is paying for this service every month. It still go back to business. I was just saying, people still think they playing with like average person. With some people that have whole businesses, bro. You're now playing with a business entity. Usually entities are just referred to when you're talking like in a spiritual sense. But yeah, like different businesses, that's all they're considered as, different business entities. Once they're a registered business in their state. And then they try to get technical with the paperwork and stuff, like, oh, okay, that's cool. But see, business is just in some people. Like, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. You can't see a person switch what they do in business and just say, oh, well, maybe the last business wasn't legit. Or maybe people should look at that. Why is a person starting so many ventures, but you don't never see them follow through? Like, you don't never, you probably never even see that person doing it by themselves, business staying longer than 6 months. I would say there's some suspicious to that, but they got constant proof that they have literally tried to restart different businesses. Ain't no try to. You have evidence you started them. Started Anybody that started a business, starting it is just the first step. Now you got to work that business, but see, if it's just you got to work that business. I told y'all the devil number one slingshot weapon towards focus is distraction. And it got to be some powerful distractions. If what you're supposed to be doing is powerful or what you're building is powerful, then yes, the distractions have to be powerful. I guess, I'm learning a lot about life. And social media is just proving it's already a distraction for a lot of people. Ask those people in those interviews that just got rid of social media for like 6 months, ask them what happened to their life. They said they were saving more money, getting more sleep. They had more time for their kids. It was crazy what I was reading. For real, they said they was just seeing things that they didn't even know had been affected in their life. Like, just it was starting to accelerate. Not to try to take the business from social media, but if social media platforms are not going to back up real the real that first, the real issues, like when people make reports or people say they're not getting their analytic money, anything like that, why wouldn't you care? How many people lives would have been saved if social media had been the ones to catch you know what I'm saying, some crazy stuff going on in one of their users lives? If it's happening right on their account, how can you say you didn't know that as the social media owner? Really? That's funny though. This very first comment on here, like I said, distractions. It said by destroying the space time by going into the past and messing with the timeline. But yeah, people should. You can study the past, but why bring it up in a way like use past tactics or past cycles or past patterns for that person that put the first comment? If you are actually using the past to abuse somebody, then I say that's a problem. If it's actually facts from the past though, on the other side that can help somebody, then yeah, I would say the past is a pretty positive place to visit sometimes, right? That's my opinion though. Um, but obviously you've been having people do that exactly, like, oh, I'm gonna go find weapons they used in the past when they couldn't take somebody down. That's what I'm talking about. What did we use in the past? What did they use in the past? Like right here, you got the right channel. We have had segments and topics about the whole Willie Lynch letter. That doesn't make me better than anybody, but that makes me a Arthur that's aware that it existed, it still exists, and that people actually realistically use this letter to like keep certain people mentally bound. This is not a science experiment. This was the life of the slaves. Let me see, Boom. Give it here. Give it here. Give me those. No. No, no. You can't play with those. Sorry, you cannot play with those. Come on with mama. Come on. Say bye-bye. Is that for kids?
Mine.
Oh.
It's mine.
Wow.
My mommy.
I see it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another live segment with You Will Make It TV. Another insightful topic just to get people's wheels turning a little bit so we can be a little more mindful and thoughtful when we, especially with brand new social media accounts, like platforms. How do you even know who created it, right? It makes me go back to those type of questions because y'all do know app developers exist. And with the right amount of money, anybody can go create an app. Let's be honest. I know for sure. I've never got to create one. I haven't gotten to that level. At one point, I did want some kind of app to go along with my business as far as this, but I did get to talk to. I know app developers are real. That's what I'm saying. Like just because you didn't get that far, don't mean you didn't get to hear more about it or find out that it's a very real possibility, something you could really do with your business, right? So how do people know other people don't just be out here paying people to develop apps? I'm gonna tell y'all right now though, it's very if you can't learn how to like develop stuff like that on the web yourself, it's very kind of costly and pricey from what I could have been hearing for I ain't gonna say that, but the very real app developers that I got to talk to, even though I didn't have the money to like launch that up, yeah, it's pretty costly, y'all. Like try the thousands, and I don't even want to go like high. And it depends on what all features and what you want it to be able to do. But it is, I guess you could say, a good investment if you have a proper cause or you know that the app is going to take off and you can make a return somehow, right? So I've already kind of like just entertained going that direction. While people think you just stuck on YouTube and social media apps, no, there's like way more some of us could be doing, right? Have 4 or 5 apps going at the same time. But with the ones that exist, that's why I do look at it like how these owners and stuff carry themselves as the because the designer and the developers, those are just those. Y'all gotta understand that. Those are just the people on the team to help bring the app alive, like Facebook or Twitter. Those are just the developers and the uh am I explaining it right? Yeah, but the actual person who owns the app, uh that's the one I guess who drafted the idea. You know what I mean? That would be who's really over it, not exactly always who designed it or who got it going. That's how I know that for sure. I do wonder what some of these apps like it ain't our business, but how much some of these apps had to put in like to get going. Maybe like YouTube or TikTok, I don't know, but it will tell you. Anybody want to research it, there's always a CEO or like a owner over these apps. Cuz if I ever have one, the safety of my users would be number 1 on the list. If I were to get an app going, even if it's a gaming app, I wouldn't care. Whatever kind of app it is, I would feel like it's my number 1 priority as the app owner to keep people's safety in mind. What's one way I would be able to do that? Maybe an app that I formulate in the future would only be for 18 and up for sure. Just because of things you saw kind of trial and error with other apps and what they tried and what you saw going on in real society. Like me, unless it's an app for kids, because I can see me starting something like that too. Maybe like a free reading app for kids or something like that. When I talk about me, I would still want them to be safe using my, you know what I'm saying, our company's software to create profiles just to access books or whatever, right? Because I really like that concept with what Amazon does with Kindle, Wattpad. It's other ones out there as far as the books, but I really do like what Amazon does. Okay. I only bring that up though, not to talk about myself and my future goals and dreams, but uh wouldn't you be concerned of the safety of the users though? So that would be the first place I start as far as if I wanted to go further into developing an app is making sure that we have the proper security measures to where if you're not over 18 you can't download it or you know you wouldn't get access to it. Something like that. And then of course you need some kind of report issue button or section where people could, you know, and if I had an app, you would be able to submit it anonymous or with your username. We wouldn't care, but we would want everybody to feel safe. Or how biased are you being? How biased? Pretty much though. I'm talking about the T app, all of them. Like clearly, if you're the owner, you're busy just getting money off of all the users. You're probably not concerned about what everybody doing on it every day, right? But I just say you can't ever get that relaxed as a whole app owner. It's like it probably sounds like you calling out app owners and creators, but maybe it's time to, because uh, y'all surely are making the money off of these apps and stuff. So you wouldn't be concerned every second of your life what people are doing on it and how it's affecting lives. Especially if some of the lives that's being affected are other users on that same platform. It just looks suspicious that you wouldn't see more of them actually more like, what's they called, like standing out or standing up to when they hear certain stories come out. You might see the news talking about it. You might see podcasters talk about it and commenters and reactions, but you would never really hear too much from like the actual platform owners themselves. Sometimes I guess they just decline comment, or like I said, to be a user of an app and to be the owner of an app is two different things. Because trust me, they're going to ban you in a minute off of any social media profile that account that you're not doing the right thing. It's just how these work. They're going to ban you, bro. Like, they'll ban you before they allow, just anything to go. But I don't know. It just seemed like, why, if you're banning all the bad accounts, why is so much bad still happening in the world? Really, that's all it comes down to. Like, of course, they probably can't get to every single account every day, bro. But some of these people, it just seemed like their account be banned at the drop of a hat, like any little thing they do or say, right? Which makes people kind of look at it like, because like it doesn't matter. Anybody can get banned, bro. We already said Donald Trump got banned off of Twitter before. I don't know why it was temporary. I think he'd be on there now. It's just something to know. It's just a fact to know about life. Like that can happen to anybody. Were you abiding by their guideline requirements and stuff, and then you want to get mad and go see if somebody else is so they can get banned? Social media has really become stupid. Like what people are willing to turn it into before the rest of us can just enjoy it. It's really crazy. Like, anyways, like I said, Amazon Kindle, we respect them because their app is not about sitting up here exploiting people every day. You can actually access things you really need in the world, in your life, in your household, even if it's a book. They got a platform where you can get books. I'm not saying Jeff Bezos is the most perfect guy on the planet, but y'all can't put him in the same category as far as, I'm not saying, like I said, that means he got a perfect life behind the scenes. But he did bring an app forward called Amazon Prime. Shout out to the Amazon company today. I know they're not perfect. People complain about the work conditions and the employees and all this crazy stuff. But we do know without Amazon, a lot of y'all wouldn't have had Christmas gifts over the past 5 or 10 years. Y'all wouldn't have been able to mail and ship things. Some people use it for groceries. Some people get school supplies off of there. Teachers even use this. Any profession you can think of, they might have an Amazon Prime account today. So I know that apps can be productive and like actually help people. The tea app, how is that doing it? Well, this helps us get the tea. Well, it would show everybody that end up flocking that way, just gravitating to an app like that. I just say that it shows more about them. It's their business, you know what I mean? But you have time to just know tea with the conditions of the conditions of the nation right now. You want to be on there to share tea and know other people tea. That's what this app's supposed to be about. Like, how do you have time for that unless you incorporate that time with what you already doing? Like, oh, well, I live near this person anyway. I can get receipts. I work near this person anyway. I can be on the app while I'm at work and just exploit a person. I can be on the app while I'm at the park. Because really, Where do people have time, like I said, to separate their life and just sit on an app like that, bro? Like, make a whole profile when you could be doing something productive on the internet. But you want to, well, I want to go expose Joey. He's gay. Because just to let y'all know, that's the type of stupid stuff is going on there. The reason I say it's stupid, whether I'm pro or anti LGBTQ, is that it's still messing with a person's human rights. If they chose to keep that secret about that they're in the closet, you know that they had a right to be gay, right? Literally, like this just got passed in our country. They had to get to the point where they make it a whole right that people should not be allowed to play with your human rights just because you're trans, you're heterosexual, you're transgender. I said, is people paying attention or what's going on here? So now you want them to feel embarrassed because you can put their secrets on some secret app, right? That lets you share receipts. It really ain't secret though. I don't know why I'm calling it a secret app. But if people don't know about it, it's secret to them. But you got a group, you already creating a community behind the scenes on the T app about people's life, bro. It's not respected, not by everybody. If Joey chose, this is just my opinion. If Joey chose to stay behind the scenes, behind the closet, and not tell nobody that he has 3 boyfriends, though he has a wife, as unfortunate as it is, when have it ever been other people's business to tell the wife what's going on? Usually either she finds out herself or maybe you do care about her. You find some respectable way to tell her, because exploiting her man on the T app, wouldn't that hurt her image too? That's his whole wife, or that's his daughters, or y'all do know that too though. Like the people y'all be choosing to exploit be having people that love them. But yeah, right, like the streets don't care. The internet streets do not care, bro. Nobody's off limits. Literally, what do I mean? Every time a podcaster, a blogger, or somebody stand up and talk about Cardi B, she's just a random choice. But every time they do that, her family see it, the people that love her see it, her fans see it. That's never stopped a hater though. Like, period. They be knowing other people love you. That's the thing about a hater. What can I exploit about this person where people finally just hate this motherfucker like I do? That's what the T app makes me think about. Like that, it just show us that obviously, yeah, you still have people out there like that, bro. Like, and you must be aware of this. If you say, "Oh, I can handle the internet world. I'm gonna have a profile." If you the type of person to cry every time they exploit something about you, we're not fighting exploiters back. You not responding doesn't mean you're okay with being exploited. Maybe you didn't even know you were being exploited. That part too. Right now, it's probably people on that T app don't even have that app on their phone. I know it is. It's stupid. That's what tell you, like, I guess we're finna see in the next 5 years just the people lives that people was always curious about. Whether they want to download, how much money they make, where they work. It's crazy. Oh yeah. So I was just thought I would come and clarify that for people. Like, y'all do know that gay people have a right to be gay. So how do you ever call yourself exposing them or exploiting them? They have a whole LGBTQ right in the United States of America to actually be gay. I promise you they do. You try to go, that's why they take that to the T app and not to the police station. They bring it to the internet, not the police station, because the police gonna tell you the same thing I said. That person got a right. I mean, you might not like it. You might not think they should have certain rights, but they got a whole right in this country. Go to certain states, they gonna tell you right there at the local police station. If you come there talking about, well, I think this person has sex with too many people, they actually are going to tell you that person has a right to do that. Now, the laws don't encourage a person to do that. Like, hey, just go be reckless and wild. But even in people's wildness, no matter how on the edge they live, they really have a right to. That's why they call some people thrill seekers, risk takers. They say those kind of people live more on the edge. Now, you'll notice something about people that live on the edge. Thank you. Like, I could sit up all night and talk about how much I don't like people who choose to be gay. It's not going to change their whole right to be gay. Not saying that that's the only thing, the T app that I heard that people get exposed about, but it's one of the top ones because people think it's funny. They want to be the one to like, oh, I don't give a F. I'll expose this and that about that person. But notice it wouldn't be called exposed if you weren't even supposed to be in a business. Exposure, true exposure, usually happens on its own. Like, I feel like people don't even use the right content of words to describe certain things. Um, Real quote unquote exposure happens usually like it just happened in a sudden moment, like nobody was expecting. But exposed is exposed, right? No, they going to go create scenarios and then take pictures of the scenarios they create and then say they're exposing somebody. I just hope that each and every moment of my life, a person called themselves exposing me, that I was being my real self. That's all I hope. Because, if I'm already being that, I'm going to be that whether you're looking at my life or not. But it's a real trend on social media right now. Uh, ain't that crazy?
Mommy.
So, yeah, like exposing gay people is not the only thing they do on there, but they be doing this to people who have like families that they haven't came out and said, whatever they was exposed about. They hadn't even told their closest family members yet. They hadn't even told the deacon yet type of information on social media. You know what I mean? They, like I said, that's what give them an ego boost. Like, I want to be the one who felt like I exposed you. A hater would do that at any cost because remember, their main goal is to take the spotlight off of you. And that's stupid. Since when does social media make us the spotlight? Social media doesn't make us the spotlight, but see how many likes and views and numbers and hearts and friends and followers people have. I think that's what people go off of now. Like, oh, okay, that person got 53k followers. That person must be cool. If it's so crazy, y'all. Then you be thinking ain't nothing wrong with you if a person already got 53k followers. Usually it's like a natural reaction just to follow with everybody else. That's the same thing with life. All you have to do is look a little popular. Who wouldn't want to be around the popular kid, the popular person? Even in people's workspaces, I heard adults be doing this. Like, they want to be around the popular ones at work because this might get them closer to a promotion or to a higher pay. Me at work, I always been a type to, as much as I could, like, keep to myself. Some jobs you can't because what you do actually requires you to work in a team setting, or like y'all all do individual stuff, but you're still a team. So maybe the whole team is required to get something done by a certain time each day and already be working on something else by lunch. But really, you do it alone. Yeah, and I see why I'm like that at work because I've noticed that too in work communities. Like, um, people, people clicking up or getting closer or sucking up to the boss. Y'all do know bosses know when y'all are doing it. A real boss knows when they have employees doing it. Like not just real bosses. Let me say it like this: like anybody can tell if you are quote unquote kissing their a word. Anybody can tell you're doing it. Not just a boss. But I was saying, do people even think about that? Like you think a boss don't know what you're doing when you're doing it? Teachers, I don't think they look at it that way because they even have a term for that at school. They call that kid the teacher's pet. And kids actually be bullied for that. God want me to speak up more. Like it's a whole real thing that happens. You actually being more advanced than students or being more the helper in class or always volunteering to help the teacher can actually get you bullied. And then what does that say about the parents of the kids that would bully a kid like that? What does that say? Would they be concerned if they heard that their child was a part of the group that was bullying the child that actually helped the teacher a lot? That's another thing about a boss. They see stuff like that. People be creating whole situations to get you knocked out so you don't take a certain opportunity, right? But it is beautiful to know that somebody or somebody's felt like they had to whole knock you out just to. It's actually kind of sad. Like, damn, you had to get me all the way out the way just so you feel like you can shine. When actually, if I'm in the building, we all gonna shine. This whole team gonna shine. That's how I look at myself. If I'm on the team, I'm gonna look at myself as a part of this team now. Did I just sign a contract to start this employer? Well, I wouldn't be here to do nothing but be myself. Like I don't come in workplaces targeting who I'm like. Okay, let me get your cup. Literally, I can't think of a job I ever started with the mindset like, oh, okay, let me size everybody up in here so I can see who job I'm gonna take. That's crazy, right? But people want you to look like that type. Where is your cup, poo poo? Oh, no, that's not my character. But it's interesting to be aware that like it's more people. There's nothing more living on the edge than that. Like you stay thinking somebody competing with you. They gotta be a horrible reality to live. Actually, not for the person you compete with. Like, because some of us we actually know how to take a loss, and we get better after every loss, and we learn something. That's how you get better. Like you competed against some of the best. You want to be able to say that. Even if you weren't better than the best, even you being in the running with the best is still an accomplishment. Come on, here, get up here, mama. Bye, boo boo. You got sweet tea, mommy's got coffee. Maybe that's why I'm hot. I'm in this turtleneck. Oh my goodness. I'm back. This turtleneck got me hot though. I gotta put on another shirt in a minute. It ain't quite fall yet, but I did show that today. I already got my turtlenecks ready. It's like my favorite article of clothing, and they got so many turtleneck designs and styles. Where's the top to this tee? But yeah, y'all, I was just wondering, like, we should see more reading apps. They do got a lot of helpful apps. Like, it's a whole app if a person want to record a song, like record themselves singing, and maybe even make a song. Like, they can control the bass, everything they need to. Because, I'm not a producer. I don't know what all they do as far as when it comes to making music, but they have apps that help people at least start. And back in the day where they had to use boom boxes and recorder players, they didn't even have that yet. So I do think it's cool. Thank you guys for tuning in to another live segment with the You Will Make It TV family, where we share inspirational quotes, divine messages, and insightful topics. Remember to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And until next time.